Hey guys, thanks so much for coming back for part 2, episode 7 of the OK Now What Show with Mr. Matt Faust. We carry on with some of our random questions and we dive a little deeper into executive sales experience. And we also finish out the episode with people I'm proud of. Thank you so much for supporting us. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Cheers, guys.
What is the most ridiculous fact that you know?
Oof. 60% of the time, it works every time. Sorry, that was Anchorman. That wasn't me.
Gosh, I don't know.
Do you know any facts? Bobby, what do you got?
I'm trying to.
I got something really dumb.
Good.
I don't know.
You can buy. This was because we went to Italy. There's a vending machine across from the Vatican where you can buy sex toys.
We're getting weird tonight.
We're going to end it right there.
We're getting weird
I don't
tonight.
think it's going to get any better than that.
That is the most.
We're getting weird tonight.
Hang on.
Vatican
Hold the phone.
vending machine.
They're never going to air this episode.
Whoa,
They're never gonna
back
air
up
it.
the bus.
This
Back
episode,
up the
they're gonna be
bus.
like,
You can't do
wake up
that.
tomorrow, it's
We
done.
just talked about the weirdest thing you've ever seen at someone's house, and you didn't want to drop that.
That wasn't at anybody's.
That's the
That's
Pope's
the
house.
Pope's
It
house,
was
man.
outside the house.
Oh,
it was
my
not in the
God.
Vatican. It was little wall of Vatican Street here.
That's a good question we should ask. What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen outside someone's house? That's a good. Regardless, Bobby, they sell sex toys outside of the Vatican?
Yes.
Are you sure that
is so
wasn't like a
weird.
candle vending machine?
I'm 100% positive.
Like when they're doing the candlelight vigils
No.
outside of the Vatican, people are buying candles, and you're like, "Holy shit, that's a lot of dildos in that vending machine here." Bobby, those are candles. Are you sure you weren't
I'm
like
100%
super
positive.
drunk on communion wine when you saw this thing? Tell me for real, because we need to know. That's no
True story.
Okay.
Right next to the olive oil vending machine.
Yeah.
You're lying.
The Vatican
You're
is
lying.
servicing
And the
all of
wine-
your sex and lubricant
and the wine
needs
vending
right
machines.
there.
No, the olive oil vending machine. You have some of that olive oil.
Oh my God. Jesus, Bobby. Okay,
do this.
so
My
you
face is
no
hurting.
pun intended.
My face is hurting. I'm
Okay,
laughing so hard
so
right
you're
now.
telling me on record on podcast record, the Vatican sells sex toys directly across from it in a vending machine right beside a lubricant olive oil stand, and kitty corner to that is a wine vending machine.
I didn't say the Vatican sold it.
Okay, well, regardless of
right
who
outside.
sold it,
It's right there.
yeah. Wow. Jeez,
This
that
communion
really.
wine.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't have a cool fact. I don't know. I was immediately, I thought about the sun being like 60 million miles away because I saw it on The Office.
I've already forgotten what the hell the question was
Me too.
because
I
that
don't
just blew my mind. But yeah, I don't know. Bees and dogs can smell fear. But the only reason I know that is because of Jerry Maguire.
I don't know.
True story. That's a legitimate fact.
I don't know.
I know that if it's colder than minus 20 centigrades,
I got one.
you could take hot water and throw it in the air and it'll evaporate. I can tell you that.
Don't
I
put it on your
got one
face.
right now. You ready? So, do you know why you can wrap a brisket in butcher paper and the paper doesn't light on fire?
No.
You don't know.
Wait, what?
Has it ever made sense?
Hang on.
the
Why are
paper?
you lighting the paper on fire?
Well, why wouldn't it if you're barbecuing it?
You're barbecuing your
wrapping-
meat wrapped in the paper?
Yeah, you take a brisket and you can wrap it in butcher paper. That's what
Okay.
Franklin does sometimes.
Yeah.
And it keeps the moisture in, and it makes the brisket way more juicy.
No, I did not know that. Why?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So how come the paper never lights on fire?
I don't know.
Because have you ever read the book Fahrenheit 51? I think that's what it's called. There's a certain temperature
Nope.
that paper lights on fire. And I don't know exactly what that temperature
There's a
is.
certain temperature that specific paper
Yes.
lights on fire. Okay.
Yes,
That
and-
butcher paper lights on fire. Is it wax? Is it because it's wax
no.
coated?
It's paper in general.
No.
Yes.
Listen. I
No,
could
but a
put a piece of
smoker-
paper
Yes.
on that.
Fahrenheit
Yes, but
451.
a smoker isn't going to be like that.
Fahrenheit 451.
451 at 451 degrees is when paper starts to light on
See,
fire.
you're telling
so
me
if you're
I go
cooking
home
in the
and
in
I
the
put
oven,
my oven on at 307 degrees.
paper will not light on fire.
Don't bullshit me.
I'm telling you, that is a fact.
Bobby, go fire up the oven right now. We're going to light this bitch on fire.
I'm telling you, it's a fact.
All right.
I know. And
Okay,
well,
I
mean,
believe you.
That's better than my
Someone
fact.
told me that
I
it was a
believe
fact.
you for now, but the second
That's
you leave
better
this
than my
house,
fact.
I'm going to be putting stacks of paper in my oven.
Next question.
Go ahead.
In one sentence, how would you sum up the internet?
Broken.
Life.
It's no, not one word, one sentence. Broken life.
Oh, man.
All human intelligence in one place.
Oh, that was good.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I know. It came out of my mouth. There's a reason it was good.
I'll take the positive road on this one and say the sharer of all hopes and dreams and positive opportunities.
There's definitely a lot of sharing of hopes and dreams. The sharer of all food-related photos.
Yes.
The interconnectivity of all human life and beings in one central location that creates unity and happiness.
That was a very run-on sentence.
I would argue that.
A lot
I
of
don't know if it
periods
creates-
there,
I
yeah.
don't know if it
Hold
creates
on.
happiness, does it?
Well, I don't know.
Does the internet create create
I'm
happiness?
finding these awesome questions on the internet right now. We're streaming our podcast on the internet right now.
Find
This
better.
is
Hang on.
creating
We need more
happiness
tequila.
right now.
Where did it go? Is this empty?
I have no tequila.
You got more?
Ask another one.
Okay.
I can get used to this.
Ooh, this
Not
could
that I
be
provide
fun. This
anything.
could be fun. Will you actually answer this? What are some of the nicknames you have for customers and coworkers?
Oh my gosh. Well, my EVP of sales, I would probably call him the OWG, and he always says that he's the old white guy. That's what he says. He's like, us OWGs, we think this way, right? We need. Oh, they're probably just a bunch of old WGs. You got to get to somebody else.
Wait,
So
what was the question?
he was saying, do you have any coworkers that you have nicknames for?
Oh, yeah. I find like establishing nicknames helps to create unity.
Do you have nicknames for any of your customers?
Dick face. Yeah.
I was trying to be nice. See, I said
There's a lot of times where we go, fuck that guy. Yeah. Sorry. We just became explicit.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
We became this explicit with the Vatican.
Yeah.
yeah. There's some customers. There's some customers that are that can be very, very rude because you're a salesperson. But then there's other customers I love.
Yeah.
Right. I don't necessarily have nicknames for them, but
Yeah.
I absolutely love them. I would take a bullet for them. They're great people.
Listen, 100% of the customers I engage with, like I love, not 100% of the time, but yeah, 100% of the customers we have, I love. But, we just had a summit, and one of the cathartic things we do to like release that energy, because look, there's a ton of deals that you work on. If you work on 100 deals a year, you're probably going to close 20% of them if you're a top seller. And so like the thing is like 80% of those are just people that either screw with you or or lead you on or whatever.
Yeah.
But that we have this cathartic exercise that we do, but it's a lot of like, remember that guy that took you through the ringer and like
For
this
9
and
months?
this and 9 months and told you and you took him to lunches and got him these things and invited him all these, and like he kept, even when your gut told you not to go and you did it, you know what? Drop it, leave it, move on.
We did a study, and we found out that we spend $70,000 in every sales cycle we enter into in people's time. $70,000.
Wow.
And we seriously, I could maybe go through 100 opportunities in a year. It's amazing because some people we
Hang on,
we
is that
learned
the average or is that?
That's the average. $70,000 is what it
Wow.
costs us.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's just, and now we're a very team oriented company. So there's definitely, we have a saying: you win as a team and you lose as the sales guy, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's the sales guy's responsibility, but I involve a lot of people in my sales cycles, right? I go get people from product that just know a lot more than me, or our implementation folks, or our security folks, tons of
Right,
people,
right.
and I bring them in early and often. And that's probably why it's so high.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's as conventional as other places, but. It is amazing. People want to say, this sales guy's blowing me off, or this sales guy hasn't responded, but a lot of the times it's because we've had that initial discussion, and it's not worth. If I stay on this, I'm going to starve because this
Yeah.
is not a real opportunity for me.
Yeah.
Right? It
Yeah,
might be a year
absolutely.
from now, but I can't spend time right now doing this. So,
Yeah, and that comes down to prioritization of clients based on comp structures and closing times, right?
Sure,
And
yeah.
that a lot of that is about product line. I mean, there's a whole mess of stuff you can get into there, but the reality is, it's like there's a bigger problem there that has existed from bad salespeople. Bad salespeople have created this
Yeah.
culture of let me just take you out to meals and all this stuff,
yeah.
regardless of if you're going to buy something from me or not.
Yeah.
And then great people that come along and say, hey, I'm going to do this because I want to add value to our relationship, get taken advantage of. And it's awful. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And it completely it puts toxic.
Well, the thing I'll tell you that it's the easiest qualifier for me whenever I go through my sales cycles is I want to understand why people are talking to me. If they can't really explain to me the value, and in our software, everybody says that they need visibility.
Yeah.
Right. So okay, I need visibility. So if you went to your boss and said I want to buy software, and they said why, and you said because I need visibility, they're going to look at you and go, okay, well, sorry, go figure out another way to get visibility. I'm not going to spend $1 million to give you visibility.
Sure.
But if there's an actual problem, like I missed a deadline and it cost our business X amount of dollars, and that's why I need the software, because if I don't get it, it's going to happen again and again, and I'm going to be in serious trouble, right? Or our company's going to be in trouble, or we're late to market.
Right.
Those are things that actually change.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking to somebody that just says, oh, I just want to, I need this piece of feature and this functionality and this, and they really don't get it, sometimes they just need help understanding what the real impact is. I can't go down a sales cycle with somebody who does not see the strategic level of what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Right? Because if I'm spending $70,000, they are for sure spending $70,000 to talk to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Over the next 9 months.
Yeah, that's a thing too. So for those out there that don't know, again, Matt is the most followed non-social influencer, but that's another big reason why we want to have him on, is because he is a senior sales executive that has a lot of exposure into that, and we all feel like you as followers can benefit from that conversation. So, but I agree. I couldn't agree more.
You know, we have a guy that came in about 2 years ago as our head of sales, and he is really stringent on not working anything that's not a massive opportunity. He doesn't want to do transactional small deals. He'd rather you close one deal all year than close 100 small deals. That's the way he thinks. So we have put a huge emphasis on qualifying people correctly, rather than just trying to sell people that aren't really going to, or they're maybe not a good fit.
Yeah.
Right? As much as you want them to be because you're desperate and you haven't had some sales.
Yeah.
It's better to go put your efforts on that whale and help them.
But not every sales cycle is going to be that way either, right? Like, there's companies that invest in Grand Slams, and there's companies that invest in, we're good with the singles and the doubles throughout our entire
And we have
life
different
cycle.
sales teams too. We have teams that are meant to deal with that, and then I'm not on that team, but we've kind of broken it out that way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bobby, what do you got?
Whoa.
We got into business talk.
Yeah, we
I
got
like
into
it.
business talk from the question, but that's good. It was good stuff. We got time for probably a few more questions before.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, y'all both have kids.
Well, we're both new dads.
What would be the absolute worst name you could give your child?
Worst name. My dad, and I don't believe this is true. I don't know why I believe that, but it's just my dad says he knew a guy in high school whose name was Ben Dover. Ben Dover. I don't believe it.
Every dad is a liar.
Every liar is
No.
liars.
I knew a kid in elementary school. Her name was Unique Flowers.
No way.
Yep.
My sister's fiance's name is Dusty Block. I'm not saying it's a bad name, but it's pretty interesting. Dusty Block. Like there's a block that's dusty.
Yeah.
And his brother's name
Horrible
is
names.
Roadblock.
Yeah. What about people that name their kids Apple? Like, that's awful. Don't do that to your child.
Apple.
Yeah. No.
Apple. What about that guy that plays for the Cowboys? His name is Taco. His name's Taco. He got a
What?
huge he got a deal.
Yeah, go
with the
figure that,
with
right?
the taco company.
Yeah,
With
Bueno. Yeah,
Bueno
Taco Bueno. Sign this guy to a massive deal.
because his name was Taco.
Good for him. But that's like little Jordan Humphreys.
Can we
Like,
talk about
that's such a crazy story. But you know what? Now it's a household name, so who cares? When you have a child and you see that child and you're like, My
that
baby's
boy's a
going to be
taco.
called Bam. That's what's up.
Okay, I want to talk about the Zion Williamson thing. Have you seen what happened there?
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Oh, this is good. Okay, so I'm going to tell the story. I've told it twice.
Oh, God.
We're going current
Okay.
events.
Hey, current event.
We are
everybody.
going current events right now.
Okay,
Current events.
so I want to see. So this is good that you have no clue who this is.
Okay, good.
So
Give it to me straight.
People are saying this kid Zion Williamson
Okay.
is going to be the next Michael Jordan, like the best player since Michael Jordan,
He can
overlapping
dunk
Kobe.
from half court.
No, overlapping Kobe, overlapping Shaq, overlapping LeBron.
First of all, Kobe Bryant's overrated, and so is Shaq. So let's not get into that.
Okay,
He's Canadian.
So, anyways, listen, I'm a Spurs fan, and I'm not even going to go there. Now, listen to me. Okay. So, anyways, this guy plays for Duke.
Go Raptors.
He is 6'7".
Yes, I know.
And he weighs
Yeah.
285 pounds.
Yes, yeah.
And Duke, the best basketball club like of all time for
Yeah,
college,
100%.
he broke their vertical record
Yeah.
at that high and that weight.
Yeah.
So they're playing UNC. He's like, hurry it up, get out of here.
No,
But-
no.
Listen.
I know exactly who Zion Williams is.
Okay. Oh, did you see what happened then? You've been lying to me this whole time. You're making me tell this whole story.
Because I've been a Duke fan since I was 16 years old.
Well, did you see what happened?
Yeah, he blew his shoe.
Okay. So what do you think is going to happen?
I think that he's probably going to sue the shit out of Nike. I hope.
No. Here's what I heard. I heard an interesting take on this.
Go ahead.
I think it was Max Kellerman, who I can't stand, from First Take. He said because he blew that shoe out and it was a Nike shoe, and it was like the biggest game, like President Obama was there. There's all these famous people there.
Yeah, UNC Duke is one of the biggest rivalries in college sports.
$2,700 a ticket
Yeah.
is what it cost
Yeah.
for the worst ticket
Yeah.
to get in.
Yeah.
And basically, this Max made the argument that if Nike doesn't sign this guy and any of these other, like Puma's trying to get into the NBA, like all these other brands, and they're going to throw ridiculous money to get this guy. And if Nike doesn't get him, and he talks about how Nike can't handle his weight and his power and his strength, it's going to be horrible for them.
Yeah.
So he's saying, you just wait and watch. Nike's going to pay more money than they've ever paid for a rookie to get this guy for the shoe because he blew that shoe out in that game. Probably made millions of dollars.
Yeah. Did you see like Jimmy Kimmel was making fun of it, or not?
No.
Jimmy Fallon.
No.
And I feel like he went across the line, but maybe not. Like that he was like, and first of all, injuries in college sports, no joke, especially for a young kid
Yeah.
like that, big kid, freshman kid, and like
And he got injured too.
yeah,
off of
like
that,
severely injured.
Yeah.
And it changed the entire course of the game because he is a build like a supreme force for the Duke team this year.
Yeah.
And I don't think North Carolina would have won if he still would have been in the game.
I don't think so either. But I can't believe you're a Duke fan.
Yeah, we'll
Why?
get back. We'll get back to that. But the thing is like Jimmy Fallon, he talks about how Zion like broke his shoe, and then they showed the picture of him and the kid. Like we're talking about a kid here. Like let's not kid ourselves.
He looks a lot older, but he's
yeah,
like
but
18,
he's
right?
he's
Something like
18
that.
years old, and
Yeah.
and then like they show the picture, and then they zoom in on the shoe, not the kid, the shoe,
Yeah.
and like not only that, like and not to be like we obviously are fairly lighthearted here, but like the thing about it is, first of all, let's not kid ourselves. This kid that knee injury is pretty substantial for a kid of his age.
He could lose millions if he
Millions of dollars
if he didn't get drafted that high.
could wreck his entire career.
Yeah.
So we can probably do one more question
One more.
before we get to our thankful stuff, and I'm going to let Michael pick this out.
All right.
Yep. I've been asking questions, so I don't
man.
feel like I've been
Well,
able to answer questions properly.
Oh my God. If you had to work but didn't need the money, what would you choose to do? Had to work
I got two answers.
but
for this.
did not need the money.
If you had to work,
I have
but
two
did
answers.
not need the money, what would you choose to do?
I have two answers for this. The number one, the first answer is the answer that is right. I would have a nonprofit or something, and I would do something to help people. It's the first thing I would do. Right? If
Yeah.
I'm passionate about that, I'd want to help people.
We'll all be there. We're all going to do
Absolutely.
that.
Yes, that's
I
my
have this
plan.
feeling that the three of
Yeah.
us are going to be running around an event floor one day,
Yeah.
panicking
exactly.
to make sure people get into the right tables and all that. I just
All that
envision
stuff.
that. Yeah.
All that
I
stuff.
mean, I got mine.
Well, hold on. I want to get my second
Hang on,
one.
he's not even done.
Get my second one. It's
Jesus,
a
Bobby.
two-part answer.
Sorry,
Calm
I'm
down
sure
with
The
your-
first one is that.
I'm
'cause
really
that's the
excited
right
about this answer.
Calm
That's
down with your
'cause-
Rachel
'cause-
Hollis give back hat on. Jeez.
Because that's the right answer.
Okay.
My second answer
Yeah.
would be something similar to what I'm doing right now. I would say that if I had to have one job and I wasn't making any money, it'd be mentoring people and helping other people do something with sales.
Very cool.
I like sales. It's fun.
Good.
Yeah.
That was great.
That is good.
Bobby.
I would motivate and inspire. I would be a podcast host for the OK Now What show.
There you go.
Yep, absolutely. You know, in all honesty, you know, being in a position where you can pour into people and help them realize their dreams and what they want to do in life and help them strategize around that and make a plan and grow into who they want to be. That's kind of what I'd love to do for fun. And there are people that make a living doing that. And I hope that one day that I can do that also. And, you know, what does that look like? I don't know yet. But, you know, I feel like I'm on the path to be able to make that a reality. But motivating, inspiring, and helping people to strategize to reach their life goals, I think, you know, that's something that I would really love to do. So, I mean, honestly, that's business coaching.
Yeah.
And you're great at that too, though.
You
help
are.
me with that stuff. I
100%.
know you help a ton of people. In
Yeah,
your
you do, and you do it
stuff.
selflessly too. Like people come to you and they ask you for, you know, strategic advice or accounting, you know, whatever it may be, financial planning with regards to their companies, and you're very selfless with your time.
I would do it for free.
And I joke with Bobby saying he's the guy that, like, if we were with the question about getting thrown in jail, like he's the guy that's saying do it, go do it, like, and I get in trouble, but he's also the guy that's telling me go do it. Right, he's super motivating and pushing
Bobby's
me to go
the guy
do stuff.
that I just saw this quote about that says a true friend will be the one when you show up with a body at the front door. They don't say anything. They just grab a shovel and say, let's go.
Yeah, that's Bobby.
That's Bobby for sure. Yeah. He's like, all right, hang on one sec. I got to get.
Bobby would probably be like, what did you do?
No, he would just go, hang on, let me get my good shovels. And then he goes into like this private closet of shovels. And you're like, Jesus, how many bodies have you buried, Bobby? He's like, yeah, we're going to need a lot of lye. I got a lye guy. You got a what? Yeah, I got a guy that's, he gets me my lye when it comes to like.
This is not true.
Yeah.
But
when it comes to bodies, he's my guy. Okay,
God,
cool.
that's funny.
Anyways, you know, for me, I think mine aligns very well with Bobby's. I think like personal development and mentorship. You know, I've actually been very fortunate right now in my career that I'm very, very much positioning to that place because I work for a company right now that has given me the tools to go that way. Yeah. You know, mentorship in leadership and mentorship in sales is something that I've been very blessed to experience. Like I've had a lot of really good mentors, and I've had a lot of very, very, very bad mentors. Yeah. And the interesting thing is, it's like organically you absorb what the great mentors give you, and then, but very violently you absorb what the really bad ones give you. And the funny thing is I very personally will always have a lot of passion towards what you never should do. And those things align with a lot of ethical things, a lot of emotional things like that. But if I never got paid another dime and all I could do was mentor people to be better leaders and inspire people to become better people, I would do that 24/7, 365.
Awesome.
And that includes, you know, what Bobby and I are doing now. You know, I get my chops busted all the time by friends back home about the fact that, you know, we're doing this. Yeah. And I don't divert from the cause one bit because I honestly believe that Bobby and I have an incredible vision here of what we're trying to do. And that, you know, we talk about writing books but the reality is it's like fireside chats like this spawn someone else that may tune in or may listen and say, I listened to your episode this, and it reminded me that I could relate to that person. Yeah. And we had an incredible moment here that I shared with Bobby while he was last week speaking in front of like 3,000, 5,000 people on stage, inspiring them to be exceptional people. Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm back here like doing the social and what have you. And we had this influencer that was mentored by Simon Sinek that was critiquing our page and like said to me flat out, I love what you're doing. Keep going where you're going. This is something you should focus on. That's awesome. That's how you know you're doing something. When 3,500 people are listening to one part speak on a stage and absorbing that and being inspired, and the other side, somebody that's influential to what your voice is being, how your voice is being said, is speaking to the other half and saying, here's how you refine it. And you combine those things together to make exceptional things happen.
Yeah.
So,
Well, both of you guys have so much to offer with all this stuff. I mean, just the people you're connected to, the places that you've been, the skills and the experience that you have. And then it's funny you talk about you got your buddies busting your chops for this stuff, but the reason people bust their chops is because they can't see themselves doing it.
yeah.
Right? And it's not easy to get up here and do this stuff, but you guys are phenomenal at this. I mean, I've listened to several of these things, and I love them. It's funny. It's good, but you always have pretty good people on, and it's good stuff that you're doing. So I'm honored to be here.
Yeah. Thank
It's
you.
cool to be on.
We're happy
Appreciate
to
it.
have you.
I'll be
Well, that was
shocked if you
good,
guys air
man.
this, though.
This is good. What's that? You what?
This is like the rated R version of OK Now What.
No, we
no,
have
no,
to
no,
put
no, no,
explicit
no, no.
because
It's gonna be like,
there isn't an episode that goes by that we don't have a swear. So we have to
Yeah,
make it
we have
explicit
to.
when I produce
It was
it.
only like one little segment.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, man, thanks so much, Matt.
Yep.
Like, this is great. I know. I'm going to ask you the same thing I ask everyone else. Isn't this cathartic? Like, it's super, like...
I'm
I didn't
sitting here thinking about how I want to have my own.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
like, man, this is...
But you
I
get
like
here...
the mic here. This is fun.
But you get here, and you're like, I have nothing to add for value. And then we get going, and you're just...
It's fun.
We just recorded an hour and 14 minutes, and it felt like nothing, right?
It feels fun.
Yeah.
I'm
It
like,
is.
man, I'm ready to keep going. It's fun.
Well,
I like doing it.
you're welcome back anytime. Like, honestly, I feel like if I was gone or Bobby was gone, you could fill in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
I want to be the fill-in guy.
Yeah.
That's what I want to
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
Joy said the same thing, but Joy in the
No,
last
no, no,
episode,
no.
she
I'm closer.
says, I'll
I'm right
replace
there.
you. And I was like, well, that's not very nice.
No. I just want to be the fill-in guy, and I live right there.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Down the street.
Good. Well,
Boom.
awesome. Okay, well, let's do the walkout, closeout conversation, Bobby.
Yeah. Well, we do end with people that we're proud of.
Yeah.
We like to end in our podcast with
100%.
that. And I can kick off with that
I
for
got a
those of
good
you that
one.
have
I got a
heard.
good one.
I'm super proud of, y'all just heard him earlier on the show. My father-in-law, Jeff, he not too long ago had one of his lungs taken out and had some heart issues and things like that. He was a smoker since the age of 7, I
Yeah,
think.
what did he say tonight? Like 10 years old or
7.
something?
Early.
7 years old, he started smoking.
But got lung out and recently got onto the Peloton train and has been constantly hitting that to get back in shape and to make sure that he's going to be around for a long time for his grandkids. And so I'm really proud of him actually taking that step out there and doing it when most people would look up and be like, well, I've got one lung left. Okay, now what? I'm just going to give
tough.
up.
He's real tough.
And
You
instead-
talk to him, you're
7
like,
years
man.
old.
Yeah.
And now, like, has had kids,
Yep.
a career, successful career,
Yeah.
one lung, now jumps on a Peloton at what? How old is Jeff? He's got to be
He's in his 50s.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. We were out here working in the yard today, and I showed up late, but he was working circles around me and
with
Bobby.
one lung.
Absolutely.
Seriously, like
Yep.
we're
Good
getting
man.
overwhelmed because he's like, "What are we doing next? What are we doing next?" And
Yeah.
we're going, man. We just
That's
sit
a
here
great
and drink
one.
some beer
Yeah,
for a little
that
bit.
was really good, Bobby. Yeah, I agree. Good. Yeah, I love that.
So
You go next. Mike.
inspiration.
I'll go last.
So.
Yeah, so mine is long overdue, and I may have touched on it before, but my people I'm proud of is my wife. My wife has birthed our first child, and I'm back at work now for the last month or so, and she crushes the day every day.
Yeah.
Now, I know there are a lot of moms out there that are doing a lot of hard things, and I think this has given me appreciation for how hard it is to be a mom. And
So hard.
man, and the American system or Canadians, in Canada, we let moms be on maternity leave for 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
And I sympathize for all those moms that go back to work.
Couldn't
in-
imagine it.
No,
3
in
months.
6
Couldn't
weeks.
couldn't imagine it.
Yeah, 6
whatever.
weeks.
6 weeks.
So-
That's what
there are some moms out there that go back after 6 weeks, and that's insane.
I couldn't
like
imagine that.
if you are owner of a business and you're listening to this, give your moms at least 6 months.
Yeah.
Do them the courtesy of allowing them to be a part of these children's lives and a part of these families' lives. Anyways, my wife has been just an absolute trooper. Not only is she a hard worker when it comes to her career, and she had to put that down, which is so hard, but she has been an unbelievable single parent when I'm not around, when I'm on the road, all those things. And she has just been the rock of our entire family. So I am so proud of her, and I'm so thankful for her, and I'm very grateful that she's in my life. So, yeah, that's my person I'm proud of. So
That's awesome.
Matt.
Mine would have to be my sister, Hannah, who is actually officially part of the Moats team. She's going through training.
Booyah.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's probably the best salesperson in our family. And I hate to say that, but it's true. My whole family, we're big Christians. We love Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm real thankful for the Lord where he's put me where I'm at, my whole family. But, you hear a lot about Christians, and they'll talk about things they want to do or what God's doing, and then there's not a lot of people that actually do what Jesus did. And my sister is doing that right now. It's amazing. She rescued a lady out of a horrible place in her children where she was a meth addict, and got them put up in a property that my parents own, and has that lady, she went through a training with a place in Kerrville, a nonprofit, that got her back on her feet, getting her a job, and her children, they call my parents Uncle Troy and Aunt Michelle. And then she has another lady that knew her, and she's known for a long time, that was another meth addict. And the lady knew that her kids were they were in a drug house, young kids getting abused bad. And Hannah said, I'll take your kids. And she signed over her rights to her children to my sister.
Wow.
And these are like 10 and 8-year-old kids that have been seriously abused.
Unbelievable.
And they're living with my sister, and she's gone through a lot of tough times. But for somebody to just selflessly lay themselves down and put everything on the line to help somebody else like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to talk about how they can help the world, but they don't go actually do it. And to see her do it, I'm just so inspired by everything that she does. It's amazing. So if you're ever in Kerrville, Texas, look her up, Hannah Faust. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Buy a house from her. It's going for a good cause.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that was an incredible way to take it out. Well, great. Well, Matt, thanks so much for being here, man. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Have you back anytime.
Awesome.
Anytime.
Absolutely, bud.
Awesome.
We
Yeah,
need
you
more
crushed that.
microphones.
Yeah,
so
we
we
do.
can make
Yeah.
sure that you're on here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Sit in the corner.
You added good context, and I hope you appreciated
Awesome.
the fun that we brought.
Yeah, no, this is an awesome
Absolutely.
You
show.
did a good job,
I love
man.
it. I want to have my own mic.
Good.
Yep.
Well, get ready,
This is
because you
cool.
know what? The weirdest thing is when you're driving in your vehicle, listening to your podcast, listen to your own voice, and you're like, "Oh my God, that's me."
That's me.
And
Well, I
other
listen.
people
I
are
am
listening
I
to
am
me.
a listener to the OK Now What
Well, good.
podcast. So everybody else,
Yeah.
let's support these guys.
Well, thanks so much. Episode 7 is in the books. Bobby, go ahead. Close
Absolutely.
us out.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thank you so much, Matt Faust, for being on here. Again, the biggest social influencer that you have never heard of, because he is not on any social media. So if you want to follow Matt Faust on
But you
LinkedIn,
can't. Oh, LinkedIn.
because he is on LinkedIn. Great episode. Thank you again for being here. Thank you so much for joining us on episode 7 of the OK Now What podcast. This has been awesome. Talking about doing our random question podcast. Really good, really funny. This was amazing, and thank you so much again, and we look forward to next time.
All right, I'm done.
Well, that's it, everybody. Episode 7 is now officially over. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned here for episode 8 very soon. We've got a very special guest who is an expert in the PR space here in Austin. She has an incredible following, an incredible story, and we're really excited to have her on. So thank you so much for tuning in. And again, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram at the OK Now What Show. Thanks.